It's not yet solved, and it's a global issue that has no cure yet. And some just to strengths and weaknesses of each country. I think that the strength and weaknesses of each country talaga. So hey guys, this is V here and welcome back to my channel. So I've never thought that I'll vlog again after 2 years, but I'm posting this for 3 reasons. First of all, midterms. Second, I can use this to be a voice to the voiceless. And the third is to open a discourse. Disclaimer, this issue has positive and negative feedback, but I want a discourse that is factual and logical. I'm open for your points and arguments, but I hope that you'll be open with my points as well. Why did I choose this topic? I think that this is one of the most prevalent global issues right now. It's very relevant to talk about it now because it's not yet solved. It's a global issue, disease that has no cure yet. Countries are affected politically, socially, technologically, politically. Some even experiences human rights violations because of this crisis, because politicians don't know how they will solve this problem. So why is this a problem? It's a pandemic disease and it has no cure yet. Several countries are affected. Their economy, tourism, traveling is prohibited. Most are in lockdown to implement social distancing. Here in the Philippines, Luzon is in enhanced community quarantine. Some areas as of this moment are in extreme enhanced community quarantine. So imagine how social interaction is truly prohibited just to avoid the spread of this disease. Curfews are also implemented to maintain peace and order. Disease causes a lot of challenges aside from finding a cure alone. Here in the Philippines, we have solutions. Some politicians have proposed solutions that is ideally good, but when it's implemented, it's a bit confusing. It's not implemented in the most progressive way. The spread of disease will be avoided, but I think that we also need to solve our healthcare system. Yes, the doctors are heroes, but I don't think that doctors need to die just to think that they're heroes. Honor them in such a way na hindi naman nila kailangan mamatay. Death in this crisis is evitable with the right solutions. Challenges like lack of equipment, healthcare access, social class struggle, political division, concrete plan, and some previous decisions that severely affect us today. So, global problems require global solutions and cooperation. I hope that we can use the strength and weaknesses of the countries instead of analyzing them individually. Through recognizing the strength and weaknesses of each country, we'll be able to know which countries can help more and which countries needs more. The global world continually progressing with global technology, I think that technology will help as well. The countries that are able to use technology to solve the pandemic crisis, the more capability to have research in finding a cure. Also calling out those international institutions or transnational corporations that can help to give assistance to help those developing countries who are not as able as the developed countries. This time of crisis, let's build a global community that has solidarity. So okay, I'm just an audience here. What can I do? I don't have connections internationally. We also have domestic solutions. To the government, I'm hoping for an immediate response. We don't have the proper equipment to be ready for this pandemic. Military assistance is important. It will maintain peace and order, but I think that prioritizing healthcare is much more important. This is a disease that has no cure yet. Concrete plan is needed to give assistance to the patients, to have adequate supplies of medical equipment, protection for the frontliners, medical and non-medical, immediate response is needed. I hope that politicians will be more united in this time of crisis. But I commend those local government units who are doing their best in solving the problem in the most of their abilities. I hope that national and local government would cooperate and would collaborate with each other. Solution that is for all, every class, every structure, and is not oppressive for the people, especially the lower class. To the citizens, so let's be sensitive. Let's not spread false positivity. While it's a time of self-care or rest for you, for some people, it's their time of uncertainty. While this community quarantine is helpful for you to have a time for your family, for some people, this is a time they do not know how will they provide the food for their family. Let's not spread panic and fear. Let's do our research. Let's be updated. Let's be responsible with what we post. There's a fine line between criticism and hate. Be cautious. Help if you can. Promote it so that the other people who are able to help can help. Use your social media platforms to promote justice, to promote social unity, to promote solidarity. If you're privileged enough to stay at home, please stay at home. And if you're one of the people who are really uncertain right now, the least thing I can do is to speak out for you. I pray that those people who need help will get help and will get support in times like this. It breaks my heart when I see people like they're crying because they do not have stubs, or they need to walk a long walk just to get food, just to have some money. What I can only do is to be an instrument for them to get help. It's the least thing I could do is to be your voice. To the frontliners, whether you're a medical frontliner or you're a non-medical frontliner, thank you. Thank you for taking the risk of being exposed despite the risk of you having that disease. I commend you for all the efforts. Thank you. You are the hope of this society. Together, let's not bring things back to normally but let's emerge to a better world where we are more resilient, less vulnerable, where we will be much stronger and united. Together, we rise. Spread love. Bye.